Hello everyone, my name is G and I will be your teaching assistant in this course, Operating System. Here's the course overview. We will learn some system programming techniques and also about the concurrency, synchronization, communication as well as scheduling and memory management in programming. You will learn something like process, thread, and some scheduling algorithm. And then you have 9 tutorials. All the exercise in my tutorial. You need a Unix system. It might be CentOS, Ubuntu, or even Mac OS. But you have to use Ubuntu with the specific version for 2 assignments. So it will be specified clearly in the document I'll send you later. And here's the reference of how we evaluate your study. You may have 2 exams, midterm and final exam, or maybe just final exam. This depends on your lecturer. But the result of these exams will occupy about 50% of your grading. 2 assignments will be 30%, and then the lab work and exercise will take 20%. You will fail this course if you got any assignment lower than 3 marks, or you got 0 on more than 3 tutorials, and your average lab grading lower than 3. Here's my information. If you got any problem, you can find an assistant in room 302 B9 building in the main campus, or the room 7 and 10 H6 building in Lincoln campus. Or you can contact me directly by the following email. You can also contact me for other purposes like learning or doing research. It would help you to find your interest topic for your project or even your thesis later on. Today's lesson by introducing you with the Unix operating system. The first definition is kernel. Kernel is just a program that helps you to control and allocate the hardware resources easier. So some of you may hear about Linux. So Linux is one of the most popular kernel in the world. We also have Windows kernel and many other self-developed kernel. And Linux is not operating system, but we have many operating systems which are Linux distributions, like Red Hat, Fedora, Debian, and so on. They were built based on the Linux kernel and a packet of management system. They often use GNU utilities. Slide I will talk about one of the most common ways to interact with your system. It's called shell. So shell is the command line interpreter that allows you to perform some operation by entering command as text. The syntax of shell is pretty simple, including command, option, and argument. Okay, let's open your terminal. So the first command I want to show you is date. This command will show the current day and time. If you want to put more options, like -U, it will show you the current time in UTC. So in this example, date is a command and -U is an option. Or you might want to print out hello world. In this example, echo is command and hello world is argument. If you don't know how to use any command, you can use the man command, like man date. The system will show you the manual of the date command. As you can see here, here's the list of options and also some description about the argument. Exit the manual, just press Q. Yeah. Okay, go back to the slide. So everything in your system is saved that file. So Unix uses a hierarchical and unified file system. And you can see that root or // is the parent of all files. And the file name is Unix and described by the path from the root. There's some common file folder that you can find in your system. And remember that folder is specified file. Like here. We move to the root file. And you can see we got home, etc, and many others. Okay, there's some special notation that you may need in common. Like dot is your current directory. Double dot is the parent of current directory. Then tilde is your home directory. Then you can try all of these commands at home and find out what are their functionalities. Next, we will have some useful commands like make dir, that means make a new directory. MV, this means move CP is copy, and remove directory. In addition, we have something called wildcards, like star and question mark. I'll show you how to use it. So here I will list all files I have in my folder. So if I want to bring out the content of the text file, I use cat command. What happens if I don't remember the file name? I can use cat star.txt. We got our same result, or if I just forgot one character of this name. We got the same result. So as you can see here, the star represents a group of characters, and the question marks represent only one character. As your homework, you will have to learn how to use rank matching. In this slide, I will talk about user. All the users are managed by user ID and group ID. You can find your user ID by typing the ID command. Here, 501 is my user ID, and 20 is my group user ID. So at home, you can try other commands like who and who am I. Now we will learn about the permission. Basically, in your system, each file can be read, written, or executed. So we can do this operation. It is specified by the permission. There are three classes of permission, including owner, group owner, and other user. Here's how you can understand the permission of a file. You can use the ls-l command to show the permission. So you can see I am the owner of this text file. So I have the permission to read, write, but here the execution permission is none because the text file is not an executable file, and it's redirection and pipe. You can read this material at home, and here I only give you some examples so you can understand how it works. Again, I will cat the content of the text file. So if I want to save the output of this command in another text file, I can use redirection. I will save this in a.txt. So I will list the folder again. And you can see we have a.txt. Now we cat the content of a.txt. Here's the output of this command. So for pipe, again we cat the a.txt, then pipe left. So it will print out the line that contains the word left. So grep is the filter. Okay, the last one is the most important thing. This is makefile. This is how you combine and link all the source code in your program. In today's lesson, I just give you an example, and your responsibility is to find and read the manual of makefile. Then I will explain more clearly in the next lesson. So you can see here, the makefile will contain some rules, and each rule will have a syntax like this: target, dependency, and some system command. Here's an example. If you want to build a hello program, it will depend on three object files, main, factorial, and hello. To build this program, we have to run this command. And to have those three object files, we have three other rules over here. Finally, this is your homework. You should write a shell script called exercise1.shell and execute it with your name as an argument. And of course, you have to check the none argument. The second exercise is that you have to write and build a C program that takes two integer arguments and print out the sum and the subtraction of these numbers. The end of today's lesson. Thank you.